You guys picture this? It's a quiet evening in 1970s Germany, and you're walking home alone on a dimly lit street in the Ruhr Valley. The factories are humming in the distance, everything feels ordinary. But what if someone watching from the shadows wasn't ordinary at all? That's the terror Joachim Kroll brought to everyday life. A man who looked like your average neighbor, but hid a darkness that twists your stomach. Dubbed the Ruhr Cannibal, he didn't stop at killing. He went places most minds can't even go. And the thing that gets me, even in 2025 with new podcasts pulling back the curtain, his story still feels too close to real. It's a reminder that monsters don't always look the part. So stick with me. We're unpacking a nightmare that spanned decades. To really feel the weight of this, we gotta start with where he came from. Joachim Georg Kroll was born April 17, 1933 in Hindenburg, a town in what was then Germany, but is now Zabrze, Poland. He was the sixth of 9 kids in a poor mining family. Dad worked the coal seams, Mom kept the home running. World War II flipped their world upside down. Bombs chaos, and by 1947, the family fled west to Duisburg, West Germany, squeezing into cramped quarters in the industrial Ruhr area. Kroll wasn't the sharpest. IQ around 76, which got him labeled slow, and bullied relentlessly. He wet the bed into his teens, struggled in school, dropped out early. No major abuse on record, but something brewed inside him. As a kid, he killed animals for fun, watching them squirm. By his late teens, working odd jobs like plumber's helper, he started flashing women peeping. It escalated. He'd lure girls into alleys, touch them inappropriately. Cops caught him a few times, but in post-war Germany, with everything in shambles, it was slaps on the wrist. No jail, just warnings. Kroll lived alone in a dingy apartment, no friends, no family close. That isolation fed his fantasies. He kept blow-up dolls, practicing his sick routines. When his mom died in 1955, something snapped. At 22, he crossed the line and didn't look back. Now the killings. This is where it gets heavy, you guys, so brace yourselves. Kroll's reign lasted 21 years from 1955 to 1976, and he confessed to 14 murders, though cops confirmed 8. He targeted women and girls, ages 4 to 61, in the Ruhr Valley, places like Duisburg, Essen, Bremen. Always opportunistic walking paths, woods, quiet streets. February 8, 1955, his first. Irmgard Strahl, 19, near Lübeck. He ambushed her in the woods, strangled her until she stopped fighting. Then the abuse, he violated her body after death. But it didn't end there. He cut out flesh from her thighs, and buttocks took it home. Why? To save on meat. He later said cooking and eating it like stew. The betrayal of trust, the violation. It's soul-crushing. Irmgard's family searched for weeks. Her body was found mutilated, clothes scattered. He waited a year, then struck again. Erika Schulze, 12, in Essen, 1956. Lured her into a meadow, strangled her, abused, the corpse cut parts to take. Same pattern. Eat the soft flesh, discard the rest. Clara Frieda Tesmer, 24, in 1959, near Rheinhausen. He approached her on a path, stabbed her repeatedly, violated her, sliced off pieces from her back and legs. Her body was found days later, partially consumed by animals, but Kroll had his meal. The gaps between kills varied, sometimes years, sometimes months. Barbara Bruder, 12, 1962, in Burscheid. He snatched her from a bus stop, took her to a field, strangled and cut. No witnesses, no leads. Then 1965, a rare Miss Hermann Schmitz, 25, and his sister Marion Wien in Duisburg. Kroll attacked Marion, but Hermann intervened. Kroll stabbed Hermann to death. Marion escaped. A man this time unusual, but he adapted. The 60s ramped up. Ursula Rolling, 20, 1966 in Marl. Strangled in a barn, abused parts removed. Her boyfriend was suspected, even killed himself out of guilt. Wrong man. Ilona Hark, 5, same year in Wuppertal. Drowned in a ditch after abuse, flesh taken. Petra Giese, 13, 1969 in Dinslaken. Strangled cut. Gabriele Tier, 10, 1970 in Walsum. Similar fate. Jutta Rahn, 13, 1976 in Breitscheid. Throat slashed, abused, pieces eaten. His last, Marion Ketter. 4 July 3, 1976, Duisburg. Snatched from her yard, taken to his apartment. Strangled, abused, cut open. He cooked her arm, flushed organs down the toilet. The callousness, targeting kids, eating them like groceries. It's beyond comprehension. Kroll chose victims who were vulnerable alone. He said it relieved tension and the flesh was tender. The Ruhr area lived in fear. Unsolved murders piled up, but no one suspected the quiet plumber's helper. The arrest came from something so mundane, a clogged pipe. July 3, 1976, Kroll's Lahr apartment building. Neighbors complained about the drain. Plumber pulled out what looked like guts. "What is this?" he asked. Kroll, casual as ever, opened his door. Guts. Cops swarmed. Inside, nightmare. Marion Ketter's tiny body on the table torso in the fridge arm, simmering on the stove organs and buckets. Blood-stained knives blow up dolls. Kroll didn't resist. Sat down, confessed. "I've been doing this since '55, he said. Led cops to burial sites, described each kill like a recipe. 14 confessions, 8 confirmed. The interrogation, chilling. He explained eating flesh to save money on meat, preferred thighs and calves because tender like veal. No remorse, thought he'd be cured and released. Cops connected dots, unsolved cases across Ruhr matched his M.O. The community reeled. How did this simpleton evade for 21 years? Neighbors said he was quiet, harmless. Investigation revealed failures. Prior arrests for exposure ignored no database linking crimes. Kroll's apartment, a hoarder den of horror. Photos, souvenirs from victims. The full scope hit hard, not just murder, but desecration, cannibalism. It shook West Germany, questioning post-war recovery and policing. The trial was a marathon. April 1979 to June 1982 in Duisburg, 151 days longest in German history at the time. Kroll sat there pudgy and unassuming, describing horrors like daily chores. Prosecutors paraded evidence knives, victim photos, his confessions. He detailed cutting Irmgard's flesh, cooking Ilona's parts. The courtroom gasped. Families wept. Defense argued diminished responsibility, low IQ, feeble-minded. Psychiatrists testified schizophrenic tendencies, but he knew right from wrong. Kroll smiled through it, said, eating victims tasted good, thought society would forgive. No tears, no sorry. April 22, 1982, guilty on 8 counts of murder, 1 attempted. 9 life sentences, no parole. Germany had abolished the death penalty in 1949, so prison for life. Sent to Rheinbach prison, where he spent years painting, watching TV. Died July 1st, 1991, heart attack at 58. His last words, none recorded, just another quiet end. Kroll's gone, but the echoes are loud. His case changed German policing. Better coordination for serial crimes, awareness of ordinary killers. Inspired docs like World's Most Evil Killers episode on him. In 2025, it's still buzzing. An almost fiction podcast in January retold his capture, that clogged pipe with guts leading to his downfall. An Instagram post in August from True Crime Mag showed photos of him reenacting murders with volunteer cops, sparking debates on his methods. Goodreads threads this year tie him to IQ discussions in serial killer lore, questioning if slow minds can be so cunning. The fascination he blended in for decades, preying on the vulnerable. Post-war Germany rebuilding from ruins hid monsters like him. Today, it warns about strangers' unsolved cases. So, what do you make of Joachim Kroll War's leftover evil or just a broken soul? His story breaks you. Innocent lives, stolen families, shattered. If this left you unsettled, hit like, share with your crew, comment your thoughts. Could he have been stopped sooner? Subscribe for more deep dives into the dark. Stay alert. Ordinary folks aren't always what they seem.